One. Well, hello and good evening. Welcome to Confident Women World Tour Chat. I am your host and visionary, Doreen Lettsome Reid. I am the visionary behind Leaders Rising the Confident Women World Tour, which will actually be held on July the 22nd and 23rd, which is that Thursday and that Friday. And as you know, every week we've been introducing you to women all around the world with this amazing platform, Confident Woman World Tour, as we are preparing for the main event on Thursday, July the 22nd and Friday, July the 23rd. So, of course, we have another amazing guest today, and I'm going to let her introduce herself, tell us what country she's from, and give us all the information about her culture. And welcome to the show, Crystal.
Hi, Doreen. I'm so happy to be here. I'm Crystal Daye, and I am from the beautiful island of Jamaica. So I'm located in Kingston, Jamaica.
Oh, wow. Just kind of paint a picture. I've never been to Jamaica. Tell us a little bit about what it looks like, what it feels like, especially this time of year. What is the scenery like there in beautiful Kingston, Jamaica?
All right. So of course we're still in the middle of the COVID pandemic. So there's still a lot of restrictions happening in the island right now. So we have curfew, nightly and on weekends. So everywhere we go, we have to wear mask and do temperature checks. So we're that's still happening. Overall, Jamaica is a island with about 2.5 million people. It sounds a lot, but it almost feel like everybody know each other or somebody not know somebody, that kind of feeling. We are in the Guinness Book of World Record as the churches, the country with the most churches per square miles. So where is a lot of churches here in Jamaica. There's also a lot of bar. Jamaicans are known to love partying, love music, reggae music, dancehall music. So just being here, so and there's, and then of course we're an island, so we have the beaches, we have the resorts. So there is the touristy part of the island, but then there is a lot of crime and violence that also exists, right? So we're also one of the high in the murder capital in the world, right? Probably in the top 10 or so. So it is beautiful here, and you can have a beautiful time here, but there are still issues that as a country we are still trying to deal with. So that's kind of, we're very religious, and we give thanks because our children still have devotions. We still freely can pray, still freely can as a church just operate. So yeah.
So for you, Crystal, there in Kingston, Jamaica, um, you know, you've painted a beautiful picture. You've said to us that the scenery is beautiful. It's like a community where everyone knows everyone and probably is, saying good morning, hello to each other. But you've also said that there are some crime element as it is anywhere in the world, and that you are still under restrictions due to the pandemic. Whereas here in the US, we're starting to see a little bit more of a relaxed, we're starting to try to get back to normal where you don't necessarily have to have on your mask, everywhere you go. So I'm just curious to know, you did emphasize there that in Kingston, Jamaica, that there are abundance of churches, and I think that's very unique for such an island as Jamaica to have such a rooted, grounded in faith. Can you tell us what's that like for you as you was growing up in Jamaica, and how has that affected you now as a Christian business owner?
Very good question. Very good question. So again, throughout the island, not just in Kingston, but throughout the island, there's a lot of churches. So it means that societally, I mean, even our national anthem is a prayer, right? So it's Eternal Father, bless this land, guide us with thy mighty hand. So even in our anthem, there is a God centered, and that is rooted in our country or our culture, right? But that has a good and bad to it, because it means also that sometimes the reverence of who God is not necessarily as present as it should be, because God is almost like, okay, God is here, we include him, but we don't really live a life that he's the lordship of Jesus Christ is, and fearing the fear of the Lord is always evident, right? So that is also, a little issue. For me though, as a business owner, when I came out, so again grew up. I knew that God existed. I visited church, Catholic church, visiting church, but I did not have any intention per se of, okay, living a life according to Bible, no sex before marriage, that kind of thing. Like, I wasn't really thinking about that. I was more engulfed in the culture of partying, promiscuity, etc. But when I did dedicate my life to the Lord and really surrender my life to the Lord, I also had to acknowledge that a lot of things that the culture teaches is really, while it sounds good, it wasn't of God. You understand? So it's not okay as a Christian to live with a man that is not that I'm not married to, right? But society says, oh, we are together for 5 years, we're in a common law relationship, and that is okay. But according to the word, if you're not married, then it is not okay. So there's some learning and unlearning that I had to do as an entrepreneur though. It wasn't very popular to hear Christians declaring boldly that they are Christians. It wasn't boldly declaring that a lot of entrepreneurs were Christians. You know that you have Christians business owner, but I don't think anybody really came out like I did to say, hey, I'm a Christian business owner. My business is faith based. I mean, I was actually, a lot of people were like, don't even go that route, 'cause Christians don't pay and Christians want free things, etc. So it was, it's still something for me to navigate.
So I think that it's really interesting how you specifically pinpointed that they were not coming out boldly to proclaim their faith. They were just going through the routine and the motion and the tradition, but not boldly taking a stand. And that's what Leaders Rise and the Confident Woman World Tour is all about. We are encouraging women from around the world to understand the principle that is in Isaiah 60, verse 1. Arise and shine, for the glory of the Lord is upon you. So when we arise, that means we're taking a bold stance. And that's not something that is up for debate. That is not something that's up for discussion. The ultimate businessman has given us the mission, the message, and the mandate to either do it or don't do it, obey or don't obey. Basically, that's what he's saying. And when you arise, that means you're going to be noticed. That's already telling you that you're going to have to take a bold, confident stand. So I think that that was really interesting that you chose, as a Christian woman, in the marketplace, in a worldwide marketplace, because you do a lot of business here in the States, as well as in Kingston, and as well as in other countries, for you to make a decision to boldly proclaim your faith. What led you to that conscious decision to take that stand?
I mean, so one, I after being in the world for so long, the truth is, I just made a decision that I did not want to do anything that was not sanctioned by God. So, the scripture, I think is Psalms 127:1, that says, if the Lord don't build it, if you labor in vain. So that has kind of been the scripture that my life and my business was, because I'm like, I choose to build a business that is bringing glory to God, and that people will know that this business, when it becomes $1 million business, they will know that it is God. That's a choice. Now, I don't believe that every Christian, that has to be their mandate. Like, every Christian woman has to choose that path, but I do believe that was a path that I chose, and I was okay with it.
Wow. So just making a simple decision as a Christian female business owner. Now, Crystal, let me ask you this. Now, you're a female, you're a business owner, and you're a Christian. For the women in Kingston, Jamaica, what is that like to be a female Christian business owner? Because that's different from being a male Christian business owner, or even just being in business, period. What is that like for women in Kingston, Jamaica? What is that like for you?
All right. So let me put it out there. One, the truth is, mindset wise, I don't see myself as a, like, I don't focus on I'm a Jamaican Christian business owner. I really don't. So like you said, I focus on building a global business. It doesn't matter where I'm located. My mindset is that I serve people globally. So I don't, like, I can't say personally that I have had any negative impact, mainly again because I've chosen not to focus on just Kingston or Jamaica, right? So I look at, my competitors internationally. I look at what's going on in the global space. But I do know, just overall, as women, we struggle with, the feelings of inadequacy and insecurity, and just the that imposter syndrome of who am I, you know I do believe that men, because they are a bit more rational in their thinking, when they make decision, they're like, but it's this versus us. We're thinking about, before we put up that picture, did it look right, really nice, or she said this about me, and take it a little bit personal. So I do believe that, while I cannot say um being in Kingston or being in Jamaica has affected it like that. But I can say globally, as a woman and as a Christian, there's you have to deal with it. But the final thing I would say regarding this is that the truth though is, because I desire to operate on a global space, when it comes on to pricing, when it comes on to presenting my offers, there's a struggle, because when you compare the US dollars to Jamaican dollars, like 150 Jamaican dollars to a US dollar, right? So if I charge 2,000 US dollars to a Jamaican, that's over $300,000 that could buy a car, right? So I'm now in the space of, how can I compete on the global space, knowing my worth, knowing what I have to offer is worth even more than what I'm offering, but yet still trying to serve a local market. And sometimes it does get challenging.
That's interesting that you made a decision to off the bat know that you're going to serve a worldwide market space. I think that that's very, very critical to this conversation that we're having, because it is Leaders Rising the Confident Woman World Tour. And our mission, message, and mandate is to boldly proclaim our faith in the worldwide marketplace. So I'm thankful that you're bringing this to our attention and bringing this to the forefront, that having that mindset that, I'm going to be I know I'm called to the world. I often tell people that, whether it looks like it or not, I already know that Doreen Lettsome Reid is called to the world. Because why? I read it in my business plan. My ultimate businessman has literally, come on now, he's already given me the mission, the message, and the mandate. He told Doreen, go ye into all the world and preach the gospel. And he's given me Divine Connection Network Association, that is powering this event. Leaders Rising the Confident Woman World Tour, that is powering Confident Woman Tour Chat, that is powering everything I do. He's given me this platform to impact the world. So I already have that mindset. He has been preparing me for a year and a half to meet Crystal in this moment. I have literally been working on this vision, Leaders Rising the Confident Woman World Tour, for a year and a half. And Crystal, last year I met you first, and we had a similar discussion, because I told you, I said, I want to know, what is it like for a kingdompreneur in Jamaica, in Kingston, Jamaica? And you came on my show back then, and I told you then, I said, get ready, I'm going to have you back. And here you are. And so I really appreciate that you're here tonight. What is the one word of encouragement that you would want to give to the international women that are watching Confident Woman World Tour Chat tonight?
One, again, I must say thank you for allowing me to be on this platform. I love how you are intentional about creating a space where women feel empowered and women feel supported and women just feel like you have their backs, especially in a season where it seemed like everybody's against each other. So I must commend you again for the amazing work that you're doing. I guess my encouragement is that we we as women need to support each other. That's what men has gotten that. Like when men don't see each other as competitors, right? Men, when especially in business, it's almost like they want to share the wealth and they want to share the knowledge with each other, and they're willing. But we know as women, we are not always as welcoming. So I guess my encouragement is, as you grow, just try to grow somebody with you. That's what true leadership is about.
That's what true leadership is all about. And so, Crystal, this has been an amazing chat. We have so many people here joining us. Miss Leslie Montgomery, who is one of the ambassadors for Divine Connection Network Association, is here. She's saying good evening. We have Miss Sutton here. She's just really applauding you for saying boldly take a stand. She said that was really profound. We have Miss Judy here, who is one of my speakers for Leaders Rise in the Confident Woman World Tour. And of course, she's encouraging us to activate your faith. And that's what you're going to have to do if you want to go to a global market. And apparently, a Facebook user has already been to Kingston, Jamaica, and is saying it is a beautiful place. So we thank you so much for all of the viewers. And if you're watching in the replay, thank you for watching Confident Woman World Tour Chat. Please remember that Tuesday on June the 8th from 6:30 to 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, we will have it open to you. All you have to do is register to attend the speaker call to be a speaker for Leaders Rising the Confident Woman World Tour. And also, we're going to have our co-author call if you would like to be a co-author for the book Confident Women Rise. So it's time for you to literally tell your story. So we're going to already have that for you there. It's already in the link. All you have to do is click and register, and we will see you on Tuesday. So thank you for being here on tonight, and everyone have a great weekend. And thank you for joining. And also go ahead and share this video with your community and let them know about Confident Woman World Tour Chat. Thank you for being here, Crystal, and you all have a good night.